Have you ever wished there was a shortcut to manifesting money without hours of rituals? I discovered 5 lightning fast processes that transform my finances, including $47,000 in 31 days. So in this video, I'm going to show you each easy new step that take less than 1 minute each so you can start attracting money as fast as today. Now let's start with a step that most people skip, but it's actually what makes the biggest difference. Imagine you get on a plane and you settle into your seat and you ask the pilot, "So pilot, where are we heading today?" And he says, "Well, I don't really know really. Maybe LA, maybe London, or hey, maybe we'll just end up in the middle of the ocean." How fast are you going to get off that plane? Exactly. Because no clear destination means no chance of arriving anywhere that you actually want to go. So how do you set your destination before you take off? Well, let me show you. Step one, you want to grab a piece of paper and imagine that you're making a shopping list. But instead of groceries, write down all the things that you'd love to have, do, or be. Don't worry about how you're going to get them. Just let yourself fantasize. Step two, look over your list and pick the one thing that excites you more than anything else, because that's your true destination. Step three, you want to write it on a goal card, which is just a small piece of paper, but carry it with you everywhere. Now, every time that you see it, you're going to remind yourself exactly of where you're heading. Now that you've set your destination and you're carrying your goal card with you, let's talk about how to fuel the journey. One of the easiest and most powerful ways to keep your goal at the top of your mind is with affirmations. So think of affirmations as the fuel that keeps the plane in the air. They're simple, they're quick, anyone can do them, which is probably why they're so many people's favorite technique. However, you really want to make sure that you're doing affirmations in a way that impresses your subconscious mind. Because when you impress your subconscious mind with a new end result, that's how you start getting results in 3D reality. And remember, you're not supposed to believe the affirmation when you first start saying it. We don't make affirmations for things that we already believe. The whole point of creating an affirmation is because we don't believe it and we want to believe it. So at first, if your affirmation feels like a lie, good. It's supposed to. And how do you know if an affirmation is actually impressing your subconscious mind? Because it evokes a feeling within inside of you. But how do you do that? Well, there's a few ways. Some of my favorite affirmations to use to manifest more money are things like, "I love that I can buy anything that I want. I love that I have so much money coming to me. I love that money comes to me in surprising ways." If you listen to the way I'm saying those affirmations, first of all, I'm starting them with the words "I love." And that's helping evoke the feeling that something new is happening with money. Please don't say your affirmations like a robot. I mean, you can if you want to, but in my opinion, it's kind of a waste of time. Instead, just take a short amount of time each day and say a few affirmations that evoke a feeling of abundance within you. And know that when you're doing this, you're calling money into your reality. Now, saying affirmations that make you feel abundant is very powerful. But what if you could take it even further? What if you didn't just say you were abundant, but you actually started acting like it before the evidence showed up? Let me tell you about a client of mine, Jonas, who took this idea to the next level and manifested 100,000 in a week, so you can too. When Jonas came to me, I mean, rock bottom would be an understatement. On our first call, he literally said to me, "Joel, I feel like I've lost everything." Now, he'd gone through the loss of his company, relationships, and he was stuck in a deep mental struggle. I mean, it was bad. He was surrounded by chaos, feeling broken down, and he came to me because he knew something had to change. And he was desperate to go to Thailand. He likes his fighting, but he didn't have the money. And obviously, he needed money to make it happen, right? Now, most people would give up at that point, but I showed him a different way. I told him to act as if he'd already been to Thailand, to imagine, feel, and behave like the trip was already a done deal. He went all in on the idea. He started living and thinking as if he'd already been to Thailand. And no joke, within a short time, he attracted 100K. So off he went. I mean, he had the time of his life. And when he got back, he used the same approach, acted as if he'd already replaced the money, and within a week, he attracted another 100K. But it gets even better. Just the other day, he messaged me and he's absolutely buzzing because he's just made 30,000 in a single day. All because he learned to step into the feeling of already done. So how can you do this for yourself? Well, let me show you. Step one, go online and pretend you're going to buy your dream house or car or luxury holiday, whatever it is that you want most. Don't actually put your credit card in. Don't buy anything. Just pretend that you are. Step two, as you're going to sleep that night, have a mental conversation with yourself as if you just bought the thing and feel the thrill of knowing that it's on the way. Now, this practice is going to help you create a self-image that really feels wealthy within. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Joel, acting as if sounds powerful, but what about all those nagging fears that keep popping up? What about the doubts that say,
This is too good to be true.
well, let me show you how to overcome those fears in the fastest way possible. Imagine your financial fears are like a leaking pipe in your home. Every drip is that anxiety you feel when you check your bank account. Most people see the leak, and instead of fixing it, what did he do? They just grab some duct tape and they wrap it around the pipe. Well, that's called a band-aid affirmation, saying, I'm a millionaire, while the water keeps dripping underneath. Yeah, it might hold for a while, but the leak is still there, and sooner or later it's going to burst. What actually solves the problem is turning directly to the leak itself, getting underneath the surface and repairing the pipe. But how do you do that? Well, let me show you. Next time you feel money fear creeping in, like when you look at your bank account, don't slap a band-aid affirmation on. Instead, write down the exact fear on paper and then speak directly to it. Say something like, look, I know you're scared right now, but I'm with you. We're going to find a way, and things are changing. That's how you stop the leak at its source. And once that fear dissolves, you're not patching over scarcity anymore. You're building from a place of real security and wealth. So once you face those financial fears head on and stop the leak at its source, what's next? Well, here's where most people get stuck, because even when the fear quiets down, there's this nagging sense of not enough. You fix the leak, but now you're staring at an empty bucket, wondering, why isn't it filling up faster? Well, let me show you the fastest way to fill up your bucket, in other words, your bank account. When I first started working with Bob Proctor, I was fired up. I had these big dreams, man. But honestly, I was also secretly frustrated. I only had a handful of clients, and every day I kept thinking, why isn't this taking off? Why am I still stuck at the bottom? And I literally felt like I was sprinting on a treadmill, working harder, staring at the laptop all day, but getting nowhere. And all I wanted to do was prove that I could make it, to show everyone and myself that I could be the best. Plus, I literally shut down my previous business, so it was sink or swim. I had no choice but to make it work. But the more obsessed I got over what I didn't have, the tighter everything felt. It was like trying to get blood out of a flipping stone. The harder I pushed, the less I got. And then almost overnight, boom, my life changed. Clients started showing up out the blue. I made $47,000 in a single month, and I shot up to become one of Bob Proctor's top consultants. It was literally like I found this hidden switch that, boom, it just unlocked the next level for me. So what was that switch? What was it that turned everything around for me? It was gratitude. Let me show you exactly how you can use it as your own multiplier and turn what you already have into a magnet for more. Step one, tomorrow morning before you touch your phone or dive into work, just grab a piece of paper and write down 10 things that you're grateful for that you've already got in your life. And it doesn't have to be anything huge. It could be £10 that you've got sitting in your account, one client who believes in you, or simply just a roof over your head. The trick is to make it simple and real. Step two, after you've written your list, close your eyes and say out loud 3 times, thank you. When you speak gratitude with emotion, you're impressing on your subconscious mind. And once your subconscious mind feels it as true, then your outer world's going to begin to match it. You now know how to fix your leaks and fill your bucket with abundance. But if you don't know how to reprogram the part of your mind that controls your income, it's all going to fall apart. So watch this next video where I'll show you how to change your subconscious mind so you can attract money with ease and keep it.